Mr. Putter and Tabby Dropped the Ball by Cynthia Rylant and Arthur Howard. We have a table of contents: baseball, the team, the dandies, dropped the ball, what a day. Number 1. Mr. Putter and his fine cat Tabby loved to nap in the summertime. They loved napping in the garden, they loved napping on the porch, they loved napping in the car. Remember, you can pause at any time and look at the pictures or read on your own. It seems that we nap all the time, Mr. Putter said to Tabby one day, and Tabby was old and her frisky days were over. She loved napping. I think we need a sport, said Mr. Putter, and Tabby opened one eye. I think we need baseball, said Mr. Putter, and Tabby opened the other eye. I wonder where my old mitt is, said Mr. Putter, and he headed to the basement. Tabby was wide awake now. Does your basement look like that? Can you stop and look at all different things in his basement? Chapter 2, the team. Mr. Putter found his mitt. Now all we need is a team, he told Tabby. Mr. Putter called his friend and neighbor, Mrs. T-Berry. Mrs. T-Berry would know about a team, and she was very sporty. She even walked a dog-a-thon with her good dog Zeke. Of course there's a team, said Mrs. T-Berry. It's called the Yankee Doodle Dandies. Am I too old to play? Asked Mr. Putter. Heavens no, said Mrs. T-Berry, handing Zeke a sniffy bone. You will feel young on that team. Will my knees feel young on that team? Asked Mr. Putter. You are not too old, and neither am I, said Mrs. T-Berry. We'll both play. Mr. Putter hung up the phone. I hope I'm not too old, he said to Tabby, and Tabby just purred. To her, Mr. Putter was perfect. Chapter 3, the dandies. Mrs. T-Berry and Zeke arrived in their baseball clothes. Let's go, said Mrs. T-Berry, and they all drove to the baseball field. The Yankee Doodle Dandies were in the middle of a game. A batter was running for home. Everyone waited and waited and waited. I'm feeling pretty young, said Mr. Putter. Let's go play, said Mrs. T-Berry, and she looked at Zeke. Stay, she said, patting Zeke's head, and Mr. Putter looked at Zeke. No way, Mr. Putter thought. He petted Tabby and went to play. Chapter 4, Drop the Ball. The Yankee Doodle Dandies were very nice, and they let Mr. Putter and Mrs. T-Berry play right away. Mr. Putter took the outfield, and Mrs. T-Berry took shortstop. And shortstop is in between second base, and then third base would be over here. Here's our batter, and here's our catcher. The batter came up, swing and a miss, swing and a miss, swing and a miss. Thought Mr. Putter in the outfield. I could be taking a nap. Another batter came up, swing and a miss, swing and a miss, swing and a ground ball to second base. Mrs. T-Berry leaped into action. She ran for the ball. She reached for the ball. Then, glomp. Zeke got the ball. He was very proud. He ran around and around in circles. Drop the ball, Zeke, everyone yelled. Zeke did not drop the ball. The other team scored. Oh, dear, said Mrs. T-Berry. Oh, boy, thought Mr. Putter. Tabby purred in the dugout. Baseball was fun. What a day! Chapter 5. Another batter came up. Swing and a miss, swing and a miss, swing and a ground ball to third. Mr. Putter couldn't watch. Glump! Zeke got the ball and ran in circles, and the other team scored again. The Yankee Doodle Dandies were not happy. They benched Zeke. Stay, they said. No way, thought Mr. Putter. The score was tied 2-2. If the other team scored again, the Dandies would lose. All right, so here we have home plate, first, second, third. So see Mrs. T-Berry, how she's in between second and third. That's shortstop. And you have your pitcher and your catcher. Here you have your Tabby Cat and Mr. Putter. A batter came up right here. Swing and a miss, swing and a miss, swing and hit to outfield. Mr. Putter leaped into action. He ran for the ball. It was rolling and rolling. He'd have to bend down to get the ball. Mr. Putter tried to bend down, but his niece said, no way. There he's running. The Dandies were about to lose, but then who's going to come? Glump. Zeke got the ball. Zeke looked at Mr. Putter. Mr. Putter looked at Zeke. Then Zeke jumped. He jumped and he put that ball right into Mr. Putter's mitt. Great solution to a problem. Then Mr. Putter threw that ball to home, and because the batter was 100 years old and hadn't gotten there yet, the Dandies got him out. Hooray! The game ended in a tie, and the Dandies carried Zeke on their shoulders. So quite opposite of them being upset. And they gave Tabby a ride in the Peanuts box. What a day! Mr. Putter and Tabby and Mrs. T-Berry and Zeke ate 10 free bags of peanuts and drank 3 gallons of water. Then they all found a nice spot in the dugout and took a long nap. Zeke's feet twitched a lot, but he couldn't help it. He was still in the game. And there's Mr. Putter outfield, Mrs. T-Berry shortstop. Zeke was first base, second base, third base, outfield, catcher, and mascot. Tabby was the bench warmer. How cute.